Hello, beautiful souls. It is Linda Joy Ben, and welcome to another episode of Soulful Ascension. This week's energy, I will talk about the eclipse season that we have started right now. We've just had the new moon, and this eclipse season will just amplify everything for the next 8 weeks. So plant those seeds. This is also a huge initiation time. It's about cleansing, healing old wounds, and I'll go much deeper into that. It's also a huge shake-up for everyone. This is like a humanity's shake-up of all what we're experiencing is this ascension process, and this is like any low density energy is coming to the surface to be healed, mind, body, soul. So this initiation time that we are going through, it's like everything is being shaken up. It's all coming to the light, coming to the surface to be transformed. That's what 2025 is all about, is change and transformation. So it's also the shedding of the snake and the skin, and that's what everyone's feeling. But the energy is going to keep amplified and it's so strong up until the end of this year. This is go time. So I'll go much deeper into that. That's what we're talking about. The choices that you make right now will affect the rest of your life. So this is go time. Um, and also the split, we keep hearing about this split, from the 3D to the 5D, but this is where everyone is feeling the energy and the ascension of the awakening, of upgrading consciousness, up leveling. Your psychic abilities will amplify, because we are creating the new earth, and that's what we came here to do as co-creators. Though just know that not everyone is on board doing the same thing. Okay, not everyone is choosing to wake up, and that's their choice. Everyone has free will. So, but eventually they will wake up, and it may take a few more lifetimes. But again, it's not about it judging or trying to make them change. It's the choices that you are making for your highest good and destiny right now that truly matters. And so let's go much deeper into the energy of this week, because I am so excited with about over 20 years ago, one of the workshops that I taught, and I still teach, but not as often as I was, is a healing modality. Well, it's more of an enlightenment modality that shifts consciousness, expands awareness, and connects all 12 strands of DNA. Now, back then, I was like, wow, this is a tool to help awaken humanity and everything that I have been teaching for all these decades. It's like it's finally everyone on the planet is going through this awakening process, and humanity and the earth is going through this huge shakeup right now. And this is such an exciting time. This is what we came here for. You don't need to watch a lot of movies, because it's this reality is got a whole smorgasbord of every genre that you choose. Now remember that your frequency and your vibration and what you are focused on, what you are tuning into, will also be amplified. And so whatever you are focused on, you will receive more of. So so just on that note, if you are focused on the drama and the chaos and the 3D world of the fear mongering and all these threats and everything that is fear based, And it's all a distraction, right? But if you're focused on that, just like the algorithms on social media, there's a lot of clickbait. I've talked about this before. It's the headlines. They want you to click on it. They're hooking you in. And if you take the bait, they will keep feeding you that same bait. But if you just stop watching all those videos or the news, or stop tuning in to those channels that are all fear-based, well, guess what? That will change your vibration, but also your mind is not being infiltrated with that negativity and lowering your energy. So really tune in to what uplifts you and the choices that make you feel good, the choices that you are making and the changes that you are making in your life right now, and the intentions that you have set from the new moon on the weekend. This will change your entire life. And so focus on what brings you joy, what lights you up, what makes your heart sing. Focus on that, and you'll get more positive things, more beautiful people coming into your life, like-minded people that also operate from a heart space, that are in alignment with your energy. It's like our hearts are opening, and this is where the heart resonance comes in. This is where the meditations from heart math, and I mean, it doesn't have to be from heart math. There's so many meditations, or just sit in stillness. And like I've said in many videos, is pull back your energy and have quiet time for you in meditation, sitting and journaling. Pull back your energy. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine who actually pulled her back last week. And when I said, the universe is like stopped you for a reason and you have to pull back your energy, but she actually pulled her back. So if you are being tested right now, either going through an illness or some kind of health challenge, like a pull back that has put you on your back, this is your opportunity to truly tap in, because it's a gift. It's really a gift from the universe that is forcing you to stop all from the external world and just be, and have quiet time and listen to your highest good and destiny, because the messages, the psychic intuitive messages, as well as the insights that you are receiving right now, and all the downloads will just continue to get louder and louder, because the energy is so amplified right now. We'll keep feeling it until the end of the year. Remember in March of this year, of the equinox, that was the start of a whole new cycle. And this is what we are in right now. So it's been a few months and the energy just keeps ramping up, because the old world is dying. And it's not dying per se, but it's like the old energies, the old frequency and vibration, and that low vibration uh, systems and things that just are no longer working. They're all just crumbling and falling away, because they don't belong to the new earth, the new world that we're co-creating together. So the more that we can keep raising our energy, vibration and frequency, and taking full responsibility to do our own internal healing, well, then together, this is what the external world will project, because we are projectors. Everything that we are feeling internally, we're sending that energy out to the earth and the cosmos. and then we're receiving the same energy back. That's why Mother Earth is going through all her shake up and volcanoes and flooding and earthquakes and all the weather, the changes that are really shaking up the whole earth, because individually that's what's going on inside of us and what the universe is doing. And it's such a beautiful gift, is showing you the areas, your shadows, those blind spots, those conscious parts that still require healing and transformation. And so this will help you to see things with new eyes. Will help you with discernment on listening to your truth and listening to your inner wisdom and trusting yourself. And discernment is one of my lessons in this life. And I have just received, another lesson of someone, in the business world who I paid, and it's like they are not in alignment. So it's like, you know what? Thanks for the lesson. Keep the money. I don't want to be associated with you or your service. But that was my learning, because it's like, oh, I keep repeating this pattern. So this is what the universe is amplifying everything for you to see things through new eyes, to change your perception, your outlook, and this will help you to shift, because once it's like, oh, I get it. Do not repeat this again, okay? And so look at what is not working for you in your life. And this could be jobs and changing careers and whatever work that you're currently doing right now. There's a lot of shifts going on with a lot of different companies, a lot of different industries. That's all being shaken up because of, AI is changing a lot of jobs. But it's like there's a lot of people that feel stuck in those jobs, because they're in those jobs because of the lack, thinking I need to, pay my bills. But that's a whole nother conversation. But if it's not bringing you joy, well, it's like soul destroying by you staying there. So truly look into, does this work bring me joy? Does it excite me? And when I jump out of bed every day, do I get excited about going to work or doing that activity or going to do that type of work? Or this is what we're looking at what no longer works for you, and making a new change, making a new choice for your highest good and destiny. This is also about relationships. If you are in an abusive relationship or a narcissistic relationship, excuse me, this has been a big one for me, especially if they're family members. You need to close that door and be true to yourself. And this is where it's like, okay, we may be in the same family, but I don't need to associate with you, because we are just not in alignment. Because some people will continue with their same behaviors. So the narcissistic, abusive people will continue their behavior, and it's not up to us to try and change them. Believe me, I've tried with my family, and they've chosen to stay the way that they are. And so it's up to me to just go, right, I'm moving in this direction. Bless them. I send them love for their journey and on this destiny. But I get to make my choices, and that's the same for you. You get to make your choices that are in alignment for your highest good and destiny, for your soul's growth and evolution. So any relationships that are still operating from that low vibration behavior, walk away and close that door and just make a new choice, please. Because this time of the eclipse season and what we're in is so strong right now, because the choices that we make for the next 8 weeks, because the eclipse, like the new moon was on the weekend, so the eclipse season's already started. The eclipse season will be in September, but then it will continue into October. So it's like a 2-month window of period of super strong amplified energy because of the eclipse season. Plus, in Virgo, is all about purity of your mind, your body, your soul, and cleansing. And we talked about this last week, is making new healthy habits for your mind, body, and soul. So this is what food and what are you putting into your body on a daily basis, and also looking at purifying and cleansing your physical vessel, because remember, the light codes are all being lit up right now in your body, which is your energetic body. And this is where it's like, tap into that on a level. We are all light, so just keep focusing on lighting up your light codes. And maybe that's too woo woo for some people, but just the more that you can just keep cleansing the density and the heaviness in your body and keep filling up with love and light. Because if you do that, no illness or disease will survive in a high frequency body. And that is my goal in this life. And my intention, my soul's mission, is to end all illness and disease in the next decade. And that's why I created the Ben Method Academy, to teach all the tools on how I healed my body naturally, medication free. And this is everything that I share with others, is all those tools. So again, applications are open if you'd like to join me. That means that you can ask me any questions on the Zoom, in the group. It's like you get so much hand holding, so much support. So wherever you are on this journey and whatever you're experiencing right now, just know that there's support out there for you, okay? Because this is wake up time. This is a choice point. This is about you cleaning up anything that is bringing your energy down for this next evolution. And the decisions that you make right now, they are fast and furious. You cannot ignore them. You can't just go, oh, I'll decide later and I'll push that under the carpet, or I'll just ignore that. It's like, no, take action now. And really, those voices will get louder. And also be aware of the ego voice will also get louder, just like the external world of fear mongering is getting louder. So this is where you get to make a new choice. Does this bring me joy, or does this drain my energy? And at that crossroads, you get to make a new choice, okay, for your highest good and destiny, and having peace in your heart. And also be discerning on what you're listening to, in what you're feeding your mind, and what you're feeding your soul. And this comes down to all the tools that I teach, which is much more than just journaling and meditation. It's a lot of energy medicine. It's a lot of other energetic tools that I incorporate in my daily life that it's just common sense for me, but it's not common to other people. And that's what I've realized. It's like, oh, this is the lifestyle that I live. And doesn't everyone do this? But no, it's not. There's so be conscious about the choices that you make, and also listen to your emotions that are coming up right now. Listen to those feelings, and because this is the body's barometer, okay? And is it coming from your head, the ego part, or is it coming from your heart and from your body? So listen to those intuitive messages, because your gut brain and your heart brain could be saying one thing, but then the mind brain could be going, oh no, do this instead. And that's where this split happens. And this is where pulling back your energy and just sitting in silence and listening to your higher self, listening to that clarity direct from spirit, and listening. I mean, going back to, this person last week who I paid money. As soon as I did that transfer, it's like I got this sick feeling in my stomach. And, I want to help as many people as I can. And but this was a lesson for me, is to trust when there's a red flag, and stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. When I see a red flag and intuitively I see a red flag, and it's like, whoa, run away from this person. It's like, trust that, because not everyone has your highest intentions at heart. So trust those little nudges that you get, those intuitive hits that you get, and this is, one of the, if that's your one of your learnings in this life, let me know, because that's something that's just really come to the forefront for me. Okay, what else? Also look at anything that you've outgrown. This could be groups, activities, people, friends, friendships, relationships, anyone. Like I said, those narcissistic, abusive behaviors, and that want to control and manipulate you, or keep you hooked into those games. Just no, I'm not playing that game, and walk away, and just feel into what is draining your energy. And because listen to those messages, okay? If it's draining your energy, or keeping you awake at night, or feeling uncomfortable in your body, trust that. Trust that disturbing feeling. And if something doesn't feel right, it's like, you know, it's like, when you're hungry, and it's like, oh, right, I need to eat right now, or I need to drink water right now. It's like, you just know, keep trusting those feelings in your body, because that's what's getting stronger right now, is your inner wisdom, your intuitive wisdom within, and it's you have all the answers within you. So keep asking and trusting the answers that you get. And like I just was reminded last week, if you don't listen to those warning signs, it's like, oh, I've just repeated another pattern. Okay. So I'm sharing that because if so to save you from making that same mistake, and we've all made those mistakes, but it's like when you learn from it, then you don't repeat it. Okay. Yeah, like I said, the wounds, people's triggers are getting louder, the wounds are coming to the surface, and it's all to for everyone's clearing, healing, and for these ascension, for the awakening that we're going through. It's really an exciting time. So stay up on your surfboard, keep riding those waves, and you will have an amazing adventure, because it's like just keep following your inner guidance, and it's like, this is fun. Okay. But it's when you're not listening to those messages, that and you fall off your surfboard, that's where it kind of hurts, because you may hit the sand, or get smashed with a wave, or but that's the shake up that we're experiencing right now. Okay. It's all about endings and new beginnings. This is about, remember, this year, 2025, is the year of the snake. It's about shedding that old skin. So if there are any old patterns or programs or beliefs or trauma, or those stories that you're still holding on to, and those old emotions that bring your energy down, this is what to focus on and clear out right now. Okay, because this is what's coming to the surface to be cleared and to be transmuted and healed. And so listen to what's coming up for you. And the more you can just keep tapping into your heart, connecting with your higher self, and bringing that energy down to your heart center, and just trusting your inner guidance, yeah, you'll have a great time through this awakening of this shift in this massive shift in consciousness for humanity. And just remember, we're all in it together. Okay. And we're all moving in the same direction. And so, and just some are moving at a slower pace, and that's okay. No judgment. Okay, I've got the butterfly deck with me, and I'm going to choose a card from the butterfly oracle deck. I haven't used this deck for a while. And so, in regards to what we're talking about, is can I have a card from this eclipse season, this initiation that we're all going through, this massive shake-up of energies, and also thank you everyone for subscribing, sharing, commenting, and liking this post. If it helps you, please share it with others that it may also help. I appreciate it. Okay, there's a couple there. Shall it? So we've got moving and realization. This is interesting, because moving, what are you moving away from? And what are you moving towards? This is the choice point that you're at right now, is the moving. You're either moving away from those old habits and those old behaviors, and this can be even the numbing out, all those addictions and stuff that we've been talking about, those either the addictions, or well, there's so many different addictions. It's where you're numbing out from your feelings. And so then it's so much more than drugs and alcohol and online stuff. It's look at those habits that are hurting your body and that are destructive, and then move into self-love and self-compassion and being gentle with yourself. So moving and moving on to a new beginning, to your new chapter. So if you haven't written out your new moon goals and your new chapter, please write that out. And also, I'd like to let you know I am launching a 5-day self-discovery challenge that's going to be starting in September. And I'll put the link down below this video so that you can come along for 5 days and spend with me every single day. And it'll be very hands-on and it will be massive. And one of the things is writing out your new chapter. And then we've got realizations and epiphanies. And this is where your light codes are being lit up. This is the psychic messages that you are getting, and all those realizations and epiphanies are going, oh, I keep repeating this same pattern and it's not working for me. And so let's make a new choice. And this is where the new habits come in, the new daily habits. And this is where looking at not just your food, but looking at those addictions or those habits that are keeping you stuck in those low vibrations. Okay, because the changes you're experiencing are influenced by internal processes. You've been recognizing important truths, and now you're questioning parts of your life that you once took for granted. You've arrived at some new insights that are making you reconsider your previous choices, and what you once felt comfortable with now makes you feel uncomfortable. So that's what we were just talking about, right? You receive this card as acknowledgement of this development, and also as guidance to take your time in making life decisions and adjustments. Do your research, get support, and adopt the changes as you feel ready. After all, you don't want to increase your stress levels with any radical shifts that you've not prepared for. So now that you've had these realizations, you'll make positive changes at a natural and healthy pace, and the new outlook will lead the way without the stress or the worries. So that's a beautiful summary of what we've just been talking about in regards to making clear choices and decisions for your highest good and destiny, and where you're moving up to and your new chapter. So in the moving card, this could be also moving house. There's so many changes that are happening. I know I'm going to be moving house. I'm just waiting for the next steps, and the because I can feel that it's happening. And so, but this and moving house or moving countries or moving states, it will make massive changes to your life. So that's basically self-explanatory. And but you know, with any move, there is a disruption. So, but it's like you're moving away from the old. And so this this card is, with this relocation, self-care becomes even more important. Take time to rest instead of rushing to get everything immediately completed, and keep up your normal routines of exercise and healthful eating. You need your strength and energy for this move and during the adjustment period as well. Self-care also includes exploring your new neighborhoods and making new friends. So, and this could also be changing workplaces. That's another move. It could be remodeling your home. It could be going on vacation or a second home, or moving your body through a new exercise routine, and also emotionally moving. So it's like this is why I said about the emotions. Tap into those emotions and only focus on, like, if fear is coming up, it's like, look at that fear in the eyes, and this is where you can transmute it. So feel every emotion that is coming up to be healed, to be transmuted, transformed into love and light. And so keep tapping into that, because you have the power within you. You are so powerful. And this is where people they underestimate their power and your natural abilities. And so just allow the downloads to come through, these new insights, these messages, and just keep following your inner guidance, because that's what is really being amplified right now. So that this eclipse season is like massive for humanity. I am so excited for what is unfolding on the planet for everyone. And those that are choosing not to, jump on the train, that's okay. Have love and compassion for them, no judgment. You make your own choices and what feels good for you, and let everything else go without guilt, without shame, and without, just be aware of those games that others are playing. Okay. And does it resonate with you? Is it in alignment for you? Does it bring you joy and excite you? So I'll leave that with you, and let me know what questions you have from today's episode. And just have a magical week. Go out and create those miracles. And I will be back next week, sending much love, many blessings. Bye for now.